Buried in forgotten crates was a V8 so radical, history tried to erase it.
When the seal broke, the world would remember what it had tried to forget. This was no ordinary engine. It was a declaration of engineering ambition. Once tested, its performance figures were almost unbelievable.
Beneath its skin lay radical architecture. No compromises, only speed. Men and Wooten worked in secrecy, perfecting a V8 unlike any before it.
On the track, its raw acceleration left rivals stunned and officials uneasy.
Telemetry numbers shattered expectations the tour and raised questions.
Powerful people decided this engine posed a problem, not just a challenge.
The verdict was swift. Restrictions, secrecy, deletion from records.
Files were locked away vloe, names scrubbed, data hidden.
Yet, fragments survived, whispers that refused to die.
Serial numbers told a story no official record would admit.
On the dyno, it produced numbers that redefined an expectation.
Its combustion efficiency and torque curve were engineering poetry. It moved in shadows, escorted, hidden, transported out of sight.
New rules appeared as if overnight to two, the engine's future was erased.
Competitors copied, reverse engineered, and feared its secrets.
Decades later, restorers began to stitch the legend back together.
The human touch remained, signatures of those who dared to build it. When it fired again, the sound reached into history itself. Flames and fury, a voice the world had tried to silence. For some, learning its truth became a sacred mission.
This is the timeline of creation, suppression, and resurrection. This is the legendary V8 Lion, deleted from history, restored for truth.
Its internals were engineered for a level of durability most could not imagine.
Airflow management and chamber geometry unlocked its monstrous torque.
It was born in an era of sweat, drafts, and uncompromising deadlines.
Arguments over tiny tolerances shaped its destiny.
The bore spacing has to be exact.
But the valve angle affects the flow.
Its cam profiles screamed for power at every rev.
On the road, its character was raw and unapologetic. Traction was a problem. The engine demanded respect from the pavement. Publications tried to report. Then the records went dark. Materials science had to be rewritten to keep the engine alive. Simulation tools exposed stress points and solutions unknown at the time.
Blueprints traveled in whispers, copied and hidden by enthusiasts.
Tuning was an art. Every degree and jet mattered.
Runs like this.
birth urban legends and hush testimony.
Its ignition system was custom, Hildre, precise sparks at exactly the right moment.
Dyno numbers told a story. Brutal torque, relentless horsepower gains.
Overnight, officials rewrote the playbook eyes. The engine's name was scrubbed.
Some kept proof hidden, per tapes that later fueled obsession.
The internet later stitched together fragments into a coherent myth.
Every surface was honed for airflow, no millimeter wasted.
Drivers described it as controlled violence and movement, fear and exhilaration combined.
It inspired terror and obsession among its competitors.
Hand signature marks proved a lineage of craftsmanship. Tools carried the scars of creation, on every dent a memory.
For reasons of safety and control, records were sealed and access denied.
Museums kept artifacts, but history left an empty line where its name belonged.
Restoration peeled back decades of neglect to reveal original genius. Precision valve seating ensured sealing under extreme loads.
Timing strategies pushed combustion into new territories.
Every drivetrain component had to be bespoke to survive its fury.
On the Strip, it reminded a new generation of raw engineering dominance.
Novel mechanisms gave the V8 advantages unseen in mainstream design.
We knew it would change everything, so we hid it.
Calculations scribbled in margins revealed the leaps they had taken. Fuel chemistry and lubrication were part of the secret recipe.
Passion drove people to risk everything to tell its story.
Its sound became a signature, raw, immediate, unforgettable. Compared to peers, it was a generation ahead in power and design.
Institutions hesitated. The politics around it were complex.
For new generations, it became a legend to inspire future builders.
Modern tech filled in the blanks the originals left behind. Old footage, recolored, showed the raw intent of its creators.
Makers left marks, signatures of the artisans behind performance. It belonged to machines built for competition and glory.
Unique oiling paths preserve lubrication where others failed.
It wasn't just power, Tracer. It was a cultural icon in the making.
Patent attempts left trails across borders, Pangfilm, a global ambition.
Historians pieced it together all the lanes, and the story grew more incredible.
When revealed, it drew gasps and applause from a world unprepared.
A legend reborn, shared instantly across a connected world. It left an echo that would ripple through engine culture forever. Preparation was meticulous to truing. No detail left to chance.
Skeptics gathered, ready to dismiss what many called a myth.
From the first launch, numbers erased doubt and fueled controversy anew.
Reactions told two stories: joy and the unnerving power of what they saw.
We dissect its innovations, what made it superior, and why it scared the system. Materials that pushed tensile strength boundaries kept pistons together under extreme load.
Track times dropped. Records that stood for years fell in a single season. The story was pieced together by those who refused to accept its erasure.
Precision fuel delivery was a cornerstone of its brutal efficiency.
Its sonic signature was unique, more than noise, a visceral fingerprint.
Once out, the legend spread, from forums to primetime features.
With power came questions. Should the world have access to such uncontrolled force?
But can we truly control it?
We must consider the risks.
It inspired a new generation to study, build, and dream bigger.
Inside, the choreography of parts performed at near-perfect sync. Its influence spread worldwide. Workshops, tracks, and labs and lit up in response.
Even at rest, it remained a powerful reminder of engineering ambition.
Restoration honored those who risked reputation to build something exceptional.
Today, it sits where history acknowledges its impact, Imgun, finally visible. Even now, its envelope challenges modern benchmarks.
For the builders, the sound was validation, proof their craft endured.
Its revival sparked innovation. Students and tinkerers picked up the baton.
On the final test, it sang with mechanical perfection.
Reflections showed not just metal, but the faces of those who believed.
The legendary V8 was no longer erased on Earth. Its story was written into the future.
You're watching Future World Machines.
Please subscribe.